Hey guys, it's Leslie with The Social Launch. Today I'm going to show you the proper way to share other people's articles or images to your own social media. You never want to just take something that you found online because you want to make sure that you are giving attribution to the author. If it's an image, you want to ask ahead of time and make sure that you can actually use that image because it does belong to someone else, and just because you find it online doesn't mean you can just use it. But I'm going to show you a few examples of that right now. Okay, so I'm first going to show you how to properly share like an article or a post that is on someone else's Facebook page. And it's perfectly fine to share. In fact, it's a great thing to share because it shows this page that I like their content. So here's a post. What does a Facebook page have to do to get you to unlike or mute them? And I think that the conversation down here is really interesting. So what I want to do is, instead of just copying and paste this, I want to share this post. So I'm going to share it to a page or possibly my social media for business group. So I'm going to share this to a group. So I choose the group that I want to share it to. And I write a little bit of something. So you can see here that I want to try to tag Social Media Examiner because this is the original source for this post. So I want to make sure that people know. I mean, you can see it right here, but I want to make sure that I'm giving attribution for this information. Okay, so what I did was I tagged the page, I shared it right from their page, and then I wrote why people should read it, and then I'm going to post that. Okay, so that's how you would want to share from a page. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to share right from someone's blog. So I'm on katedoster.com. She always has really good information about how to get more email subscribers and grow your email list. So if I found a great post that I want to share on Twitter, first of all, she has the click to tweet button, which is really useful. If you have a blog, this is a great way to get more people to share. So I can simply click that and then tweet out her article that she'll already have everything all input here. It already tags her, so I can easily just share it that way. Now, another way that you could share from someone's blog post is if they have these social sharing buttons, which hopefully your blog does. So I could quickly click the tweet button and it's going to pop up. I can tweet that, it's going to tag her. That's a great way to share. If for some reason you didn't want to use the social sharing buttons, or maybe there are no social sharing buttons, I would want to make sure that I copied whatever I wanted to share from her blog post. So I'm going to copy this, and then I would tag Kate because she's the author. So awesome article from, and I would just tag her to make sure that she knows that I am talking about her article. And then in quotes, I would put that information from her article. And then I'd probably also link to the article so that my audience could also read that. You can add your hashtag and thing like that. But I did have a question: how do I share bits and pieces from blog posts from other people? And I would always try to tag the person who wrote it. I would always put anything that you're copying, pasting from their blog, I'd put it in quotes so that people know that it's not you saying these words, it's that person that said that. But if you can, using the social sharing buttons is probably the easiest way, and the person who wrote the blog is going to appreciate it because they took the time to put their information in a certain way. So that's why it's there, so that it's easy for you to share. But again, if they don't have that social sharing option, just copying and pasting into a tweet or to a Facebook post is fine. But I would always try to quote the person just so that people know that it wasn't you saying those words, it is the author of the blog post. So that's how I would share that. Now, when it comes to images, so let's say that you found you needed a image of something and you went to Google and you typed in whatever your keyword was. You can't just take something from Google. That's why I recommend using sites like Pexels.com or allthefreestock.com, because you can use those images without giving attribution to people, so they're safe to use. But if you just went here, click on this, copy and save it, and then post it, you could get into a lot of trouble. So if you do find something on the internet that you want to use, I would visit the website and I would reach out to them and ask if you can use this. Just so that you're not getting in trouble by sharing something that you don't have any rights to. I'd always reach out to whoever owns this image. So you could just contact them and ask to use it, or you can take the URL of this article and see when you put it into Facebook if it populates that image, which it might. Let's just try. But again, usually there's some sort of contact page on their website that you could ask if you can use that particular image. Otherwise, I would stick to those free image platforms, because then you know you're not going to get in trouble for sharing. Okay, so I'm just going to show you quickly how you can see if that image is going to pop up whenever you go to share it on Facebook or on Twitter. Because sometimes if they haven't set up their blog properly, they don't have an image showing when you go to share it. So if you go here and you drop that URL in that we've saved, if they have it set up to have that image as their featured image, it will show here in the preview. So let's just see here. Okay, so it does. That's awesome. So again, if you want this image and you're talking about something, I would link to their article. I mean, the link is right here, but I would try to tag them in your post. And if you take any information from this blog post, I would quote them. If you're just reading it and you're kind of writing your own opinion here, I would still try to tag the page, or at least give them a shout out and say, I'm loving this article from Adlibbing. These are my thoughts on it. What do you think? Something like that, so that people know that you're kind of summarizing the article and you're still giving the author attribution. So those are some tips for when you are sharing other people's content. And if you have any questions, email me, Leslie@thesociallunch.com. Thanks so much for watching. If you're liking these videos, make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe and the bell so you get notified every time I post a new video.